Welcome to Canines for America. My name is Ryan, and this is Siren. And today, we're going to be working on the down command. Let's get started. So now, hopefully you've watched the beginning part of the contrastive method with our Sit 101 contrastive method. We're just now going to go right into the down, which would be the second command of it. So we got Siren in her 45, Schwaggin, in her 45, right, with the lead. She's in the sit command. So this is a great method because I have an 8-inch lead right here. I'm holding in my 45 the sit. Now when I want her to do the down, my right hand with the food is going to go completely down in front of her nose to the ground, and then my left hand that holds a little bit of the tension of the lead is going to come down with it. Down, good, up, good, down. Pay from the bottom, up, good, down. Now I want to bring my dog back up into the sit. I'm going to sit, pull with the lead, 45, down, and pay from the bottom. So again, it's going to be the lead because you've already watched the sit video, right? We've already conditioned her on the sit now. It's going to be the 45, a little bit of tension, a little bit of a correction with the lead going into the sit position, 45. And then when I'm bringing her down, my left hand is on the lead with the chain going down to the ground with the food at the same time. Everything is going to be at the same time with your food reward and with your lead. So I want sit, down, sit, down, sit, down, sit, down, good girl. Sit, down, sit, unconditioned stimuli, down. That's what we want to get her to. So guys, that's all you need. Again, 5x5 area, your food, your mechanical, food, mechanical equals contrastive method. We love to use food and not any other treats because we're not going to dehydrate the animal. All right, guys, so now you've seen the contrastive method down with Siren, who's already been conditioned, who already really understands it. So next we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull out Tiny, and Tiny's going to help explain and show you as a little bit more of a greener dog with the contrastive method on how to do the down. So the first thing you got to do is we get our mechanical all set up here. Well, we go ahead and we grab our paycheck, and then we need to get Miss Tiny over here. Tiny. Here comes Miss Tiny. Good sit. The beef stew meat in between the chain. Slips right over. Good girl. And we praise. Awesome job, Miss Tiny. Awesome job. Very good girl. Now we're going to be working on the down command, so we're going to be using kind of the unconditioned stimuli is going to be in the right hand as I point to the ground, while my left hand is onto the mechanical and bringing Tiny down as well. Now depending if Tiny moves quickly, as a melancholic canine, she should be very easy to do with just the food. It's usually our chlorics, our sanguis that we have to use a little bit more of the mechanical side, especially the chloric. So it should be very easy to do. I'm going to get Tiny's attention with my beef stew meat right under her nose. Good sit, Tiny. Now I'm going to prepare myself. Tiny, off. Good off. Pay from the down, up. Barely have to use with the melancholic, the mechanical method whatsoever. Tiny sits, very good. Barely using the mechanical method with my left hand. Tiny, off. Very, very good. Melancholics are very good to basically use the food reward method, but you can see even having the mechanical method, we want to get the dogs introduced to all the different methods. So no matter what gear I put on my canine, she's been trained with it, she is used to the gear, and she understands the method that I'm using with her. So very important. Oh, I've only used the food method with my canine, don't need to use a contrastive method. I would recommend getting your canine used to other different methods, because no matter what, once you get them used to the method, developing any type of a skill, your playbook is open. The opportunity becomes endless. So let's go ahead and do my favorite technique, which if Tiny and I are on a walk, I find myself a park bench, I find myself some elevation. I want to get my canine up on it because I also want to get Tiny used to obstacles, used to heights, used to being something different than just being on the ground. You can see how Tiny, as her temperament being, the godfather of the tempers, how she just holds her down. She's not cheating, she's not over anticipating, she's not begging for another paycheck. Again, very, very loyal, very easy to work with. Some people might interpret Tiny based off of her size, show a little bit of fearful, but no, she's just a big, big teddy bear. So let's go ahead and get Tiny up on this elevation. Go figure, she wants to lay down on me. Let's see if my strength is here today to go ahead and lift this girl. Come on, Tiny. Here you go. Wait. Here. Uh-oh. Up. And lift up onto the tabletop. All right, Tiny's now up on my table. Big girl up on such kind of a smaller space. Just like we did with Miss Piper, if you watch our contrastive video and our contrastive sit, we got Miss Piper used to doing some turns. The same thing, I kind of want to get Miss Tiny used to doing some turns. Put some food there. Get her to understand her footwork a little bit. Get her a little bit more confident. And as you saw, Piper wasn't so confident, but you can see Miss Tiny is a lot more confident, even with her big size, on this on our orange box here. So, got her tail wagging. I know she's enjoying this exercise so far. She's working for me. I'll kind of clean her face off a little bit. I'm going to put Tiny in the basic sit, which is the 45 degrees. The lead going back in the 45. Good sit, pay from the top down. Now we're getting ready to do our big command here, okay? The right hand is going straight down, gonna pay from below where my knee is, up, good girl. And the left hand is gonna come straight down and I'm gonna do them together. Here we go, we're gonna do the command. Here we go, and off. Good off. Pay from the down, up. Good off, Tiny, good off. Reinforced by a little bit of pressing her withers, saying good off, paying from below, up. Good job. Let's reset her. Tiny sits, good sits. No pressure whatsoever with my left. Get her attention, magical wand, magical leash, good sits. Tiny, off. Good up, good girl. Pay from the ground, pay from the bottom, up. Oh my gosh. We're having trouble finding that one. Let's reset it again. Barely again with the melancholic temperament. Am I using any pressure with the mechanical method? Seats, it's just more of a guide. Tiny, off. Good off. Good girl. Good off. Let's do it again. Seats, off. No. Physical manipulation. Good girl. Seats. Unconditioned stimuli. Good girl. Off. Now I'm going to hold my treat away a little bit so she doesn't cheat. Good girl. Now I'll pay. Start to make minor adjustments, right? Seats. Off. Minor adjustment. Good girl. Now I'll pay. I'm going to do it again, right? 1 pound of beef stew meat, 10 minutes a day. 5x5 area. We're just on a tabletop, working the seats, working the off. Hey, one little piece of information that we want to throw out there to you guys. Right now, we're currently working on getting a true green dog that's had zero obedience training, zero anything that they've experienced. We're working with some local shelters, looking at potential rescue dogs that we can now bring on camera for you. Now that you've seen the contrastive method, now that you've seen the food reward method, and really be able to show you how we implement all the 5 basic commands with a dog that's had zero experience, zero communication skills built within it, a dog that might have some negative behavioral reactions, and how we truly work through that So if this was you going to that shelter to get that rescue dog and you brought it home, this is kind of what you're gonna see. This is kind of what we're gonna see. So we're gonna also try to find one of the more difficult rescue dogs that's out there that needs the most help. So we can really bring that to you guys, and you can see how we do put it all together. Another great video that we will be showing is the place command. It's another great command to use with the mechanical method. It's probably one of my final commands using the mechanical and food reward method, which equals the contrastive method, and showing you the place command. So guys, keep watching. We got a lot of stuff that we're bringing to you, and it's gonna really start to go down a rabbit hole from there.